Bruno Bertelli, Global Chief Creative Officer, Publicis Worldwide, the most awarded Italian creative in the world.
Good afternoon. So I have to wake you up, apparently. I'll do my best. Today I'm going to talk about marketing. So no communication, but marketing. Nowadays we have a lot of tools and instruments to make actually marketing perfect. So respect to the past, we can use data, we can use information. We have much more information than in the past to do it right. And this is the issue. Our big enemy today is doing right and not doing different. In the past, marketing was all about trying to be different, try to differentiate brands from brands, trying to capture the essence of a brand and trying to be a different personality, to identify also a different target. If you look, a lot of brands now are following the same path. For example, when I'm in an awards jury, I see a lot of case studies that look the same and always tackling the same problems. Climate change, equal gender, always with the same direction. And I really have difficulties actually to differentiate one brand from another. The reason why is because we have shorter careers today. We last less. CMOs, marketing people, have to actually get results in a very short time. So to do so, we try to go safe. So often we reach our results, but we don't follow the other journey. And this is the problem of communication today. Communication should be inspiring. We should be inspired by brands also because they take a different path, because they're brave. Instead, you see a lot of brands tackling good sentiments, good causes, being purpose-led, but following a common path, not being different. So I will talk to you today about a brand that for its DNA in the past always tried to be the bad boy, to be different, and it's Diesel. And I will show you how we try actually to break all the golden rules of marketing. So the first one is data is king. I'm sure you've been hearing so many times how data is important today, how we can use data to identify a target, to build a consumer journey, and actually to create a message that is what actually our target is expecting. And again, is going safe. It's the difference between efficiency and efficacy. Efficiency, again, is optimizing. Efficacy is try actually to create new consumer out of nowhere, which marketing should be about. There was a famous quote that says, my problem is like 50% of my budget, of the budget that we spend in marketing, is thrown in the bin. The problem is that we don't know which is that 50%, which is a bet, and is a good thing. Again, most of the marketing today is safe. And data, which are very important, and is a fantastic tool that we can use today, are used often to go safe. So I was saying data can be used to build a consumer journey, to identify what our target is willing to get from the brand. And this is what we've done for Diesel.
So you're trying to go for Diesel, the brand, but it's spelled wrong.
It's close enough.
New York, New York, capital of cool, where people dress to impress, and status is decided by big brands and hefty prices. Unless you don't care about that stuff and wear whatever the hell you want. even if it's a knockoff. So, in your honor, we opened our own knockoff store. Diesel.
What's up, Playboy? Diesel. Authentic. Check it out.
Real diesel in there.
That's not real diesel.
Diesel. What do you mean not real diesel?
You know, this is not how you spell diesel, yeah?
I spell tomato, you spell tomato.
D-E-I-S-E-L. Diesel.
D-I-E.
You're not a cop, are you?
No.
All right, come on, what are you, a nerd? You checking for spelling?
1 for 20 and 2 for 40. Happy birthday. Dude, look at me. I know style. This store has been in my family 1.5 weeks. This is the bad boy. Bad boy here.
I mean, you can't argue with quality.
You just said that was 20. Now you're saying it's 40.
Look, we're splitting hairs here, buddy.
I mean, I like it. It's a cute sweatshirt, but
20 bucks.
10, I'll do 15.
So much stuff, 90 bucks.
All right.
Keep it real.
Thank you, guys.
It's nice, that's what I'm saying. They're a good knockoff.
Knockoff? Real diesel, man. Why are you calling it a knockoff?
What you thought was a knockoff was actually genuine limited edition diesel.
These are real diesel jeans. Only the logos are fake.
Those of you smart enough to shop there got diesel quality at knockoff prices. Proof that your flawed fashion sense is actually a great fashion sense.
See? I told you. Original.
And again, you know, it's everything that should not be done about marketing. Changing the name of the brand, changing the logo, you know, selling knockoff. But all that was done in a very genuine way. It was done in a way that actually brought such a great results that actually, it was done in US, in New York. The US client at some point said, why don't we change it for real? The name of, because this is more successful. The interesting thing, again, if you look, when you break the rules of marketing, when you do something different, you create an affection, you create emotions, and a relationship, a link with consumer that otherwise doesn't exist. We cannot go rational, you know? Going safe means going rational. And all this communication that you see around being purpose-led, going the same path, maybe you feel right, but you don't feel anything. You don't feel emotions. You feel emotions when you know there is something that is unexpected. It's like a kiss or a caress. You know, a kiss is much more emotional if it comes unexpected. And it's exactly like what brand should be given to the target. The second rule, so again, good to listen to data, but also it's good also to challenge them sometimes. The second rule is put consumer in the center. So today, it's all about trying to be relevant. If it's not relevant for me, I don't care. I switch it. I pass to something else. So all the focus is on consumer. And sometimes when we do so, we forget about the brand. So before actually jumping on consumer and trying to tackling consumer, we should always define and identify what's the DNA of the brand, what's the brand stands for in a unique way. in this case, the idea at the beginning was, okay, let's try to be relevant for consumer. Let's try actually to tackle what's matter, what's relevant for them. And obviously, hate is a big topic. But then what we thought is, why don't we start from the brand? So instead of just jumping on consumer, let's focus on what the comments, the hate comments we're receiving as a brand. So we collect them. And that was the beginning of a campaign, the hate couture campaign. So instead of just focusing on consumer, we started from the brand. And in fashion, obviously, it's all about the usage of social influencers. The idea was, okay, instead of picking the most relevant and popular influencer, let's pick the ones who receive more hate comments. So that's why we went for Nicki Minaj and so on. And what we did, we collected all the worst hate comments, and we turned them into a collection. So it's all real. All those comments are for real. And we tried to have more than 500 influencers. Most of them declined because they were scared. We got only few of them, but there was a completely different way of using influencer in fashion. You see, when I'm showing you about Diesel, what's interesting is what we decided to do is Diesel is a fashion brand, and we decided actually to break all the fashion rules. Fashion is a strange system because most of the fashion brands claim freedom, be yourself, or whatsoever, and instead there's a lot of conformity in the fashion system. They always, follow some rules. So breaking this kind of rules was the way to be successful and different in this fashion model. The other thing is that fashion brands take themselves quite seriously. They're quite serious. They're quite pretentious, and Diesel wanted breaking the rules, wanted to be more lighthearted in that way. So, sure, put consumer in the center, but before doing that, you should know who you are as a brand. What's your DNA? What you stand for, what you represent, what's your soul, and then you can focus on consumer. I see a lot of mistakes today, immediately jumping on consumer, trying to be relevant, trying to please our target without saying anything about the brand itself. Or, on the other way, we go big manifesto. There's never a way where what the brand stands for becomes relevant for consumer. Only few brands manage to have this magic spot. The third rule is about actually using social media to project the perfect image. What's interesting with social media today, again, we think we've never been freer than now. That we can say whatever we want, we can post whatever we want, and if you look, we're falling into the trap of conformity. We always post the same kind of pictures. We have the best friends. We give an impression of our life which is better than what it actually is. We always go to the best vacation, we eat the best food. It's all about perfection. And it reflects, obviously, also in the fashion system. So the idea was, okay, within this system, within this mindset, let's try actually to claim imperfection. Let's try to be claiming that the fact that we are not perfect and being proud of it.
Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé je repars à zéro. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien, ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien, car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, commence avec toi.
Thank you. Again, what's interesting is perfection sucks, and not just about brands. It's also about our life. We don't need to be perfect. And again, instead of tackling directly consumer or our target, we decided to prove it ourselves, which is an interesting point today. Again, I see a lot of brands claiming big purpose, claiming things. I find it much more interesting when a brand demonstrates itself, what it stands for, what it means, what it want to say. I call it brand behavior. And to me, today, brand behavior is much more important than a brand purpose. Because it's all about how actually brands act and react to things more than what they claim. If you look at brands like Nike, for example, it's not about the big purpose or big manifesto thing. It's how they act every day with the athletes, standing for the athletes, choosing the ones that actually are more controversial. So it's about acting and not claiming. And this is the way actually to inspire people today. I really believe that. And I always try with the brands I work for to be sincere about demonstrating, doing something more than just claiming. And the reason is because brands, don't need to be perfect, don't need to do it right. Again, the enemy today is doing right, doing different, being consistent to your soul is what's really needed. If we want to get emotions, if we want to become love brands to people. People smell when it's fake, when it's not true, or it's not true to the soul of the brand. So, social media for sure are important, but actually social and media are two different words. And again, the brand first. The last rule is about partnering with the agency. How important it is for a company, a brand, for marketing people to work together with the agency. So it's all about collaborating, teamwork, and so on. Yes and no. We need to be challenging. So if we are too close, if we work too well together, I'm sorry. We will not be able to challenge brands and marketing people at the right moment. For sure, we will do the right thing. I'm not sure if we will do the different thing, which is the problem of marketing today. There's no difference. There's nothing that stands out or inspire people in a different way. So my recommendation is this close, but far enough. Always being able to be in a position to fight and to challenge your clients in a positive way, obviously, but to go to the next level, to try, to be different in a world, in a marketing world that actually is driving us to be right and not different. Thank you very much.